Now that we're over the hump, are we done?
We're not done. We're
not
just
done?
starting.
We're just starting. Well, good, because we got to
just scratching the surface.
We got to just started today in one of our throwback episodes for Stream of Thought. My goodness, this was the first interview I think that we had ever
did
on Stream of Thought, and
or on Straight Up.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been doing so many of these. I've been absorbed back into the past, but man, Dom is an up and coming
entrepreneur. He just does it all. Like
he does everything, man. And
he does rapping, he does producing, he's going after just like business opportunities. Real smart guy, cool cat, down to earth, very humble as well.
And an awareness of the culture, too.
Awareness of the culture,
we have some really good conversations about, like, I mean, I guess race, society, like an understanding of our relationship, and the man, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
it's really revealing, and I think it's really relevant to all the situations that we face.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Dominick Ngantou, Stream of Thought. We hope you enjoy. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we are, another episode of Straight Up. I'm Victor Marquez. I'm here with my buddies Rich Thorcell and Neil Batang, and our special guest today is Mr. Dominick Ngantou. I had the pleasure of meeting Dominick a few years ago. He's a cousin of my buddy Neil here, and he is here to talk about his music with Elite Society and his new hit, Mr. Policeman. And here we are. Please welcome Dominick Ngantou to the show.
Yeah!
Yeah!
All right! That's what I'm talking about, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
Okay. Hey, Dom, man, thanks for doing the show. We really appreciate your contribution. As Victor mentioned, you are a musician. For those that don't know, tell them the difference between a musician and a rapper.
How are you doing, Neil?
I'm doing pretty well, man. How about yourself?
Seriously, man, you gotta have some manners. Like,
tell your co-host, man.
Dom, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Rix. How are you doing?
Good, I'm good, man.
All right, perfect.
Sorry, my hands are a little sweaty.
It's all good. A lot of people are nervous when I'm around.
Dude, I mean, there's good reason to be.
But what was the question again?
My question again, like Victor mentioned earlier, you are a musician.
Yeah.
You like to characterize yourself as a musician instead of a rapper.
Yeah.
What's the difference between those two mediums?
Well, I think a rapper, when you state that you're a rapper, you are kind of narrowing yourself in the music business. So, one thing is, rapping is a skill that we all could have, but music is it's a little broader. Because personally, I just don't rap, but I also produce, and I also write music. So I'm englobing all things. So I play instruments. So I don't like to categorize myself just as a rapper, but as a musician.
Okay.
So I can be able to work with different artists.
Got you.
Not just rappers.
All right. And what separates you, would you say, from other musicians and artists?
Well, I'm the only Dominick Ngantou.
Okay.
First and foremost.
Solid case. Right?
Solid. That's one. Two, I do a lot more than just music and rap. So, again, I'm a producer, so I'm kind of like a one-man band, if I shall say. So
You remind me of Dr. Dre.
a little bit, right? A little better though. You know?
Whoa,
You-
let's not go there.
No, because he
Let's
said
not
something
go
to me.
there.
He said something. He said something to me when we were at the studio, when we were at the jungle, and I called you rapper, and you're like, "I'm not a rapper. I am a." And then you said something else, and it like set the tone, like businessman, sharp, knows
Yeah.
what he wants, not gonna let shit get in the way.
My God.
Rapping and music is just a small portion of that. And there's other things, but a G.
And that's one thing, because rap music is a talent, right? Being a musician, like doing music, rapping is a skill, it's a talent that you have. But if you don't do business, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to get into the music business. Music is something that we can all do. Like, I'm sure we all sing in the shower and at home. And but if you're gonna be a professional, you have to deal with the music business, and that's what I do. I'm a businessman more so than a rapper or an artist.
So what sort of sacrifices have you had to make for the music industry?
Sacrifices, like quitting my job.
What was your job?
My junky old job. I used to work for a company, for a health management company, and quite frankly, that was not a sacrifice. I was happy to do so. I was getting headaches there, and essentially, I never wanted to work in the first place for anybody else. I always wanted to work for myself. So that was just the beginning of following my own goals. So it was not so much of a sacrifice. So it was like, okay, now I'm starting to do what I want to do, and I'm starting to go and pave my own road.
Because I know that there's probably a lot of like young entrepreneurs, especially in the music industry, who are watching right now, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of them would probably want to like quit their jobs and do this full time. Like, what does it take to actually make that decision?
Guts, no glories. Like one of my guys told me, my guy KV Curvins, he's like, sometimes you just got to do it. Because if you think about it too much, you're never going to do it. If you think about you have to save money to quit your job, you're never going to save enough.
Approach that girl, gentlemen. Approach that girl. Homecoming season is upon us.
You know, so it's just a lot of guts. So sometimes you just got to say, hey, you know, I might not have enough money saved, but like that would be making a sacrifice and saying I have to have the guts. I have to be gutsy enough to say I don't want to work anymore, and but you also have to plan accordingly. Because if you quit, then you have to know exactly what you want to do.
I was gonna say, because I'm thinking to myself, like
executed.
people get really ambitious, get really excited, and it's like, I'm gonna do this, and then they quit their job, and it's like, holy shit,
what am I gonna do?
I have no idea what I just got myself into.
Your new job is to look for a job.
Yeah, you
now,
and
your new job is to look for
another job, and you know what I'm saying, do your resume and stuff that I don't like to do. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's all about planning. You plan, you execute, and then, you know, you put your faith in God and you move on.
Dom, please confirm if this is true or not, because I heard that you kicked the door down to HR and you were like, I'm done with you.
No,
and
yeah.
To have you sit down.
I didn't kick
and
the
you were
door
like,
down.
You know what? I'm not dealing with you. Get your boss's boss, like on some Dame Dash-ish.
Nah, look, so this is what I did. I came back from my trip. So I went home. I went to Cameroon for a promo tour, right? So that's when, like, before I went to Cameroon, I already, like, decided that I was going to quit. But I was smart. I was smart about it. I was like, yo, I'm not going to tell them that I'm quitting because I'm not going to get my bonus. And they might fire me before I quit.
Dude, I tried doing that, too, the same thing at my job.
So I go to Cameroon. I have a successful promo tour. I'm happy. Put out a nice song, Cameroon Funk. And I come back. They expect me at work usually at, like, I used to go at 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
Seriously?
weird hours.
Yeah, I had a switch job.
That is awesome, man.
From 10 to 7.
Wow.
So they expect me at 10. So first and foremost, I know this is my last day, so I'm not getting there at 10. I'm going to go there at 12. And I dressed up super nice. You know, I had my slacks on, some dress pants, some money in my pocket, because I plan on going out. I had planned on going shopping right after, you know. So, because I used to work by the mall, by Woodfield Mall.
Yeah.
So I go there, I walk in, everybody's happy to see me, because I was pretty social there, you know. People like me there. So I walk in and I say what's up to everybody. I hand out gifts like I'm Santa Claus. And I go see my supervisor, and I tell him, I got to talk to you, man. You know, I want you to get your supervisor so we can talk, because I'm not working here anymore. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm dead serious. We're not on the same level anymore. Like, you know, go get your man, go get your boss, who was the project manager, and then we can sit down and talk.
Yeah, I know this.
I heard you didn't even remove your hands from your pockets.
Oh, no.
Only to sign your
to
paper.
give the gift and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then we went into the conference room, and then and my supervisor, he was pretty nice. He was a nice guy. I didn't have anything against him, but you know, I just didn't feel like working anymore. And then the project manager, though, he was like, you know, so Dom, I'm happy for you. You know, I'm happy that you're following your dreams, but you know, But you know that, you know, in terms of recommendation for another job, you might not be able to get that from us. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be. Don't worry about that. I'll tell that to my employees.
We gonna be all right.
I literally told them like, yeah, I'm gonna tell the same thing. I'll be mindful to tell that to my employees. So when they leave, they have to give me a notice. But I was pretty confident though. I knew I was never gonna work again.
At my job, I had a similar situation. I wanted to go out with a bang though. I would have too, but I was trying to get that bonus. So I showed up on a Friday, and my other buddy Tommy was quitting that day too, putting his 2 weeks. I was just gonna be out the door, but he's like, "Dude, go after me. Give him the 1-2 punch." So Tommy goes in, and then I talked to the same people, and they're so surprised. And I finished the rest of the day because I won that bonus, but I had to be there like for another 3 weeks, and I didn't get it. But I had to get out. I was about to jump out the window.
And mind you, that was the biggest bonus they ever gave at the company.
Money isn't everything. You had to get out, jump ship.
Like I didn't even know it was gonna be that big because I didn't expect that. You know what I'm saying? So I came and it was like, yeah, we had this for you. I was like, oh. So I went shopping. You know, I went and caught some good organic soap. You know, some perfume, and it was good though. So I mean, again, just to go back to the sacrifices, it's about planning, making sure you have everything planned, be structured, and take the guts.
Okay.
I'll give you a personal experience, right? So when I started this music thing, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? First of all, I started in college. All right. So if you want a brief history about Elite Society, we started in college, a group of cool guys.
So start young, guys.
Yeah, you know, young guys just...
And be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Smooth.
What does that even mean? Like,
it means you
don't be like Rick.
Be cool. So be cool. All right, be cool. I'll keep that in mind when I go back.
So, ladies and
gentlemen,
but be cool is just like be your own man. Like
that is important. You gotta know yourself. You gotta be comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta realize that people aren't gonna like you all the time.
And unapologetic. Be unapologetically yourself.
Unless you're wrong.
Rub people the wrong way.
Unless you're wrong, which you often are.
I'm rarely wrong.
All right,
I agree.
That's a good way to approach
the stuff.
Agrees with Rick's.
Okay, but Dom, man, so that's not the point. I mean, obviously, so you quit this nice corporate job. You had these benefits. You were doing your thing, right? Okay.
Had insurance. Oh,
you were the man. You were that dude. You were put on. Okay, you stopped working for the man. Now you're recording. You've put out 2 hits. They've been somewhat successful. Mr. Policeman and Camera Funk. So tell our viewers a little bit about the concept behind Mr. Policeman.
Make sure you get the T-shirt though.
Okay,
that'll be out soon.
I was gonna say, like, you ruined my whole intro. I was gonna like introduce it and be like,
you ruined everything.
Neil's wearing a shirt right now that says.
What is he
Mr.
flexing?
Policeman.
Really, like this dude?
Yeah. No, don't pay attention to the muscles. It's the words on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
it wasn't a flex. I'm just built this
stop.
way.
So, Mr. Policeman.
Yeah. So
tell us a little bit about him.
I think the title speaks for itself. I can't take any credit for this song. Really, I have to shout out to this incredible artist in Cameroon named Sadrak. So basically, I go back to I'm in Cameroon and one of my guys, right? So he's dating the artist's sister. I'm not sure if they're dating still right now. You know how guys be. But so he's dating the guy and he's like, yo, before I get home, he calls me and says, yo, Dom, I got this artist. I'm dating his sister, but he's an incredible artist. He's just like you. Like, you guys talk about the same things. So I want you to meet him when you come home. So I'm like, cool. So New Year's Eve, he comes to my house. My guy, my friend.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, Dom, let's go up the block. He's like 4 blocks away from you. So that's my neighbor. The artist is my neighbor.
No way.
Yeah, dead ass. So, excuse my language. But, so I go to his house and then we chop it up. We talking, we vibing, we listening to the song. And then we talking about how, music is diluted and, there should be more substance in the music. And he raps in French, mind you. And we talking about the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, good things, man. And then Happy New Year's, we'll go back to my house. We'll listen to a couple of my songs in the car. January 4th, the day before I leave, the evening before I leave, he comes home. He comes over because what he's trying to do, he's trying to cross. What do you call it? What's the word? You guys can help me. But he's trying to get crossover.
Transcend.
He's trying to cross over onto the American market. So basically,
Oh, okay, yeah.
he's trying to transcend. So, So he comes with a hard drive, and he has a couple songs, and we listening to music, and we vibing, and we chilling. And he's like, and I'll get the record, and the hook was up, the production and the hook was already on it. So
what does that mean?
Like, so the hook means the singing, the hook,
The chorus.
the chorus.
Oh, okay.
The chorus and the beats were already together.
Established. So
They
everything
just
was
needed verses.
the record was put together already.
Oh, okay.
So that was like a blessing, and I just took the record, and I was like, yo, let me get this one for myself, and then that'll be good promotion for you. And he's like, cool, that's fine. I'll go with that. And then Dali and I, which is a partner of mine, we blessed the song with our verses, and it is what it is now.
I was gonna say, I mean, like talking about substance, it's what, a 7-8 minute song?
Yeah.
Like it is.
Our songs are usually either like it's 5 to 6. Our song, we got like 10-minute songs.
So like, what's the difference between like songs that musicians do that are 3 to 4 minutes typically versus
Radio.
the ones that you think it's
Just
mainly
radio. Because when you do 3 minutes, it's for the radio.
Yeah.
We don't care about the radio though.
You've heard of the phrase radio edits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where that
So
comes
if
from,
we
right?
had to have that on the radio, for constant play,
I don't know how you cut any of that stuff out though. I mean, it's all like
you have to cut the third verse though. For us,
okay.
cut the third verse. But that's
So you
that's-
guys have already like thought about.
Nah, I don't care about the radio originally. If the radio pick my song up, they have to play the whole thing. But if they choose to like kind of like cut the third verse, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's what we got VNR for.
That's right. That's
Straight.
right.
We ain't got to worry about the radio. You know, like in this day and age, the internet, you don't got to worry about the radio.
Yeah.
So we are in our grassroots right now. So the radio is for like, when you want to sell albums, we're trying to reach the people individually. We're doing like, what do you call it? The
Grassroots.
Yeah. So we go in communities to communities, and we're trying to get the music heard. Like, we small time is right now in terms of promo, and that's the way we like it though. Slowly but surely.
So you say you're getting your music out to the people. What's the audience that you are trying to reach?
Well, hip hop audience first and foremost. Well, I think my music is universal. So in terms of just the sound of Mr. Policeman, it's a tropical sound. So, it's for those who really the audience that I want to reach are the people that are chill, that likes to listen to music from Monday to Thursday night, and then pick it up on Sunday. Like, if you like to listen to music in your home while you're cleaning your house or in your car, instead of jumping up and down in the club, then you listen to me. If you want some substance, you want to think, if you want to, if you want to kind of retrospect about things, if you want a peace of mind, some substance in music, you listen to me.
Got you.
If you want to, in the club, you listen to Drake or whoever's taking care of that.
So you have to say, like, coming from my perspective, if I had my own club, it would probably play like NPR podcasts.
You know what I'm saying?
But like, I mean, that's kind of an interesting
All
question
the
though, because
nerdy,
it's like,
beautiful girls would show up
You're-
asking for Ricks.
listen, there's more out there than you probably realize.
I'm sure. I don't believe not. Yes.
But I mean, like, you say, ideally you're reaching out to a universal audience and to a chill crowd and all that. But you think about, the lyrics like in Mr. Policeman, and you think, well, why should a white person listen? Why should a white person care?
Because it's music.
Because music.
Because it's
I
pain.
What do the
can
lyrics
I
have
can
to
answer
say?
that question.
You can answer that, and I
Sure, Victor, our resident expert on all things. Yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
That's
Well, he answered it because
This
it's
is
just
music.
good. It doesn't. You don't need to explain it. If you need it explained, it's like it's over your head. You don't get the essence of what it's about. Yeah, I just said that.
No, okay, I got you, Vic, and I agree with you 100%, right? But now, you guys have listened to Dominick's music. His music is it's radical. I mean, some might even find it offensive. I don't believe so. It's kind of got this perspective, like from a nationalist. So a lot of people would find your music offensive because you're very pro-black.
But that has to do with opinions. At least it sparks something.
Okay.
See, music is meant to spark some type of discussion.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
So as long as I spark discussion, right? As long as I generate interest in a constructive way so people can talk about social issues, I'm fine. Whether you like what I say or not, it's going to spark something. That's music. At the end of the day, that's what my message may be for the demographic that's currently dealing with the issues that I'm talking about, right? Which are predominantly Afro-Americans, right?
Yeah.
But if you are like a Caucasian person and you listen to my song, you're going to say, oh, first thing is I like what it sounds like.
I love the beat.
And
Like,
he's
I can
talking
tell you
about
that.
something. I may not
Yes.
agree what he's talking about, but he's talking about something.
So
he's
then-
evoking something.
So then, Dom, what do you say, my friend, to the naysayers that call your music radical?
I don't listen to naysayers, first and foremost. There's no credibility in naysayers. It's like a chatty patty. You know, like Dame Dash said it. I don't listen to chatty patty. You can have your opinions. Like, you're entitled to that. We're in the United States. We're not in North Korea. Is that?
They're not allowed to have opinions in North Korea.
Not,
No,
not
what
really.
is it? It's no, it's something.
They're not. But
I didn't know
the
that.
one permissible haircut is the Kim Jong Un. You just have the
No, it's something going back
That
to
is-
the
that
real
is one
talk with
permissible
the
haircut.
the haircut
really
or not the
funny.
haircut.
Yeah.
No, it's what's the saying? It's something like a lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep, or like a wolf doesn't
Yep.
concern himself with the opinions of sheep, or something like that.
Yep. And,
How-
and this is the thing.
They're
though.
not even on they're not even on our level. People
the
that are
thing.
go-getters. You know what I really like? That scene in The Great Gatsby when Leo's like, "My life has got to be like this. It's got to keep going up."
Yep.
It's like, hell yeah,
Yes,
that's
that's
real.
Okay, so let me interrupt you there and throw a slightly, obstructionist wrench in this like constant role that we're on right now. Like, most people don't succeed. Like, most people don't succeed when they go into the music industry because they're lacking one thing or another. But I mean, regardless, like, people often don't succeed.
I'll tell you
And
what they
so-
lack. When they lack business. They lack business savvy.
It is incredible how many people lack
They don't know. Listen, artists.
an understanding
I'll
of
tell you how it's set up. When you're an artist, a man, there's everything. There's a hierarchy, right? When you're an artist, that's what they do. You're an artist. You seek for a manager because he's gonna sell your talent to someone else, to a label, and then when the label gets you, they manage you and they do all your business.
Yeah.
And they tell you you don't need to know anything. Just focus on your art. But a wise man and a smart man would know. I need to know exactly what's going on so I'm able to manage everything.
So, do you have an idea of this before you quit your job, or was this something you learned on the ropes?
Like Neil said, what was that answer? I'm a sponge and I soak everything in.
Soak
and-
everything up.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those viewing at home, I promise you I don't sound that corny.
I'm Neil, and I'm a sponge, and I
No,
soak
but the thing is,
everything
like,
up.
I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So, and I knew the best thing to do, I wanted to be a businessman, and I wanted to be in the music of business, the music industry. So, before I even started recording music, I was already into promotion. In college, that's what I did. I promoted people.
So would you say then it's not enough to be a good musician?
It's not enough to be a good musician because music is a product. You need to sell the product. You could be a good musician in your home.
So then, Dominic,
I know plenty of musicians that are at home, chilling. They're doing music in their bathroom, their living room, but they don't do business. I'm a businessman. I sell things.
going off of what you just said, right, it leads me to my next question. And it's something I ask all of the Chicago artists that we're going to have on our show that I meet and greet. Do you think that lack of business savvy that you talk about is why Chicago artists, the Chicago hip-hop scene is meager?
No.
It isn't as strong as it would be in L.A. or in New York or in Atlanta because they lack that business savvy?
No, that's not it. So the business savvy is in regards to you knowing exactly what you're getting into when you are entering the music business.
Got you.
It's for your own protection.
Got you.
Now, the reason why the industry in Chicago seemed meager is because we separated, we divided. There's a clique on the south side. There's a clique on the west side. There's a clique out west. If we had some sort of unity, right, that was transparent, then you would see, oh, it's a lot of artists in Chicago. You see that the movement is not meager.
Yeah.
It's just that is everybody has their own block and their own little clique.
Yeah.
And it seems like we are a meager industry in Chicago. We're not. We may not have the business structure, because a lot of Chicago artists go to New York or Atlanta to go cut the deals.
Okay.
They go get deals there.
Okay.
But like we have enough following. Like we have artists like Chief Keef. His following came straight from home. Like you have support. I mean, even though like this is the thing, like a lot of Chicago artists, we don't support ourselves. Like we take from other places. Like a New York a song from Atlanta would be hot before we put on an Atlanta rapper before we put on a Chicago rapper. Like we don't support our local acts.
Gotcha.
That's one thing.
Gotcha.
Because if you go to states like New York or Atlanta, they have a lot of shows for like local acts, and they have a lot of shows for upcoming artists in the city that give them the exposure.
Yeah.
We don't have that here. You see what I'm saying?
That's unfortunate.
Two, the click thing is what like the separation in clicks is what brings the lack of business structure.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine you have a 16-year-old dude come shoot up your whole office or something. You know what I'm saying? In New York, you go there, you out of town first and foremost. Second of all, you know you're going there for business and you sign a deal, you know. But we lack that here. We have no record label, no representation. And personally, I don't care for record labels. Because independency, this is the age of independency. I don't need a record label anymore.
So you're not signing with Bad Boy Dominick Ngantou?
I'm signed to one company and one company only, Elite Society LLC.
Elite Society.
That's what's up.
Wow,
I like that. That's what's up.
Great transition. There we go. Elite Society, man. What is Elite Society?
Elite Society is everything. What Elite Society represents is us, the people. Sound like a politician right now.
But so tell us, how does it represent the people?
I love that Dom is explaining everything to you guys and the people that are watching, but it's like I do not need any of this explained. He's just speaking the truth. Keep going.
You know
Keep going.
Victor?
So once Victor's done blushing, we'll let Dom finish what he has to say.
I was going to say, like, in reality, there's nothing to be gained from somebody who's looking another person's ass crack. On
Me?
the other hand,
What are you talking about?
nothing. I'm just saying. For those,
I never looked at an
that
ass
are
crack.
interested in-
I never looked at an ass crack. An ass crack in this room?
Pause.
Yes. Multiple pauses.
All right.
But
continue.
Elite Society though is like it's a conglomerate. It's a group of guys, a group of young guys, a group of entrepreneurs that just wanted to be independent and wanted to do things their own way. Essentially, not follow trends, separate themselves from the average, and set trends.
What does that look like over the course of when you guys formed? You said in college sometimes you...
It started in a small living room in my 2-bedroom apartment when I used to be roommates with Eddie and the boy Illinois, which you guys had previously.
Yeah.
So we used to be like, we were like when you're in college, on a college campus, you have the athletes, you have the frat boys, and then you had Elite Society.
You got the guys that know what's going on everywhere.
Everywhere.
They keep tabs on everything and
literally,
everybody.
Like, we used to get calls on weekends like, yo, Dom, what's popping? Even like the frat boys, they used to call us to ask us like what's going on. Like we used to set things. We used to be the bosses.
So I guess that exposes the reality. Not everyone can be cool. Like it takes a certain person, you know.
I mean, you could be in a small
in your own unique way. Like you have to own your person.
You
and
may be cool, but not as popular.
Yeah.
But you still may
As
be cool.
as long as you're comfortable in your own skin,
Yeah.
like that's that's what it's about. Yeah. But I mean, that sort of talent, is I think especially important in business because it adds that element of just social awareness.
Yep, appeal
that you don't have otherwise.
Yep, that's true. And it's the thing, Elite Society, like we were just cool guys, man. We enjoyed the fact that we could go out and be appreciated by people. I was social. A lot of us were. We were pretty popular.
That was the first time Luol Deng saw a bunch of regular dudes pop 100 bottles of champagne, Moet to be specific, under a span of 30 seconds. Even that boy, with all the millions he was making by the Chicago Bulls, was surprised. Like,
is there a story behind this? I know who Luol Deng is.
No, he just came to one of my guys, my younger brother Jills. He was having a party. He was a little extravagant. He took it to the top, and then he used to have So Luol Deng came to one of our parties, and I mean, seems like he never went out until that night.
Did you guys let Luol pop a bottle? Y'all didn't let Lou hold on to something?
He's a little cheapskate though.
Yes.
I mean, he's very conservative with his money.
Tales of African success, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, he's cool. He's about his business. You know. But I'm not a chatty patty. I'm not gonna talk about his own. You know, because you know we knew girls and we encountered the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mutual friends and stuff like that. But yeah. So that's so when we figured out that we were like the coolest dude on campus, we was like, man, we might as well start using that. We might as well come up with a name. Just like us right now, we decided, it's like
straight up.
three,
straight up.
like straight up, like, are we cool? All right, let's call this VNR. You know, like, what are we gonna call ourselves? And then
Call yourselves, yeah.
at the time, we used to kind of be involved in like regular, extracurricular activities that'll make you lose your train of thought for a second.
Yeah.
Loosen up.
Intense studying. Y'all study real hard.
Enhance the creativity.
You know what I'm saying?
Those all-nighters in the library.
Listen.
So
Don't take Adderall.
When we came together to actually figure out the name, we didn't come up with anything until we all like separated. Everybody went their own way. Everybody went home, and then I got a call from one of my guys, Blink. Right now, he's in Nigeria doing big. Shout out to Blink. He texted me like, "Yo, Dom, so let's call ourselves Elite Society." I'm like, "Oh, perfect." And you know me as a businessman, I thought, "Oh, that's a great name. I want to brand it immediately." So that as soon as I got the name, I was like, "I'm gonna make that a company." And then my cousin Eddie, who's in Canada, shout out to him, was like, "Yeah, Dom, I'm with you. Let's do it. Let's brand it now." And then what we started doing is we started letting people use that name to promote their parties, because they knew if Elite Society was there, then the party would be jumping. You see what I'm saying? That's when promotion came.
Well, I mean that's a way to like innovate and use your strengths to the maximum, beneficiary.
But it cost a lot of money, because before that, look, we had this big party. Again, my guy Jills.
Shout out to Jills, man.
You had to shout
I'm
him
hearing
out.
this name over and over.
Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, he's
this
he's
guy.
Shout out to Jills for the good times,
like
man.
my brother Dano, who you may know, shout out to him as well. He likes to do classy, nice things. And then Jills was young when I met him, and he's a guy that had a vision, right? He had, like when you have a vision and it gets someone to spark that monster in you, right? So my brother was that spark.
The instigator.
So we had this big party. Literally, we had like 2 condos spread. We had one condo just for dancing, and we had the other condo where we had a bar set up. Like literally, spent like probably like a cool something, a car, literally a brand new car on a party. And then that weekend was a big weekend, right? It was a big weekend. So people were leaving, and it was a free party. So people were leaving like the major parties to come to our
What have
party.
I been missing all these years, man?
I don't know. You were not thirsty enough, man. You had to be thirsty.
That's true.
But-
That's true.
100 bottles of champagne, 2 stretched limos, and a partridge in a pear tree.
So ever since that night, everybody was like, "Oh," because even the promoters. Imagine you're a promoter, you have your party, and no one comes to your party because they find out they're at another. So you leave your own party and you come to our party. and then that's how they was like, "Okay, let's." They used to give us a call like, "Yo, so we having this party. We think about putting your name on a flyer," and then we'll give them permission to do so as long as we get it for free and do whatever we need. And then that's how it started. So after that, we made a company, and then we were all musicians. Little people know I've been making music for a long time, since high school.
I actually showed him how to rap, ladies and gentlemen.
I knew that was coming.
I showed him how to
Wait,
rhyme.
is this actually true?
Yes. I showed him how to rhyme words when he first came here. I showed him how to freestyle and how to spit bars and things
you're
like
very
that.
uncomfortable with this.
I'm not uncomfortable.
Yes.
I'll tell you something. He didn't show me how to rap, but well, Neil was not. Neil just talk out of his ass sometimes. And tells not that he didn't guide me, not that he didn't. I remember my first raps, and I was like, it was like super unorthodox, right? And then Neil was like, nah, this is how you're supposed to rap.
Yeah.
But not that I followed him.
Yeah.
But at one point he gave me advice.
He was one of the first
Not
people.
advice, the advice that sparks a nice and somewhat successful career that you're having.
No, I tell you who sparked my career as a rapper. See, I've been thinking about rap for a long time, but like the person that really did it was my guy Mike from back at home. The first time I listened to, because I was into music.
Is this Mike? The Mike that was whose
not
place
the
we've
Mike
been
that
to,
still owes me
where
$50.
Is this the Mike that owes you? Is a different Mike that got kicked out the car after you guys played basketball because he wouldn't pay you or something?
No, not that Mike.
Bring it up,
Instigator.
juicy time for
But-
real.
Extras. This will all be
No,
extras.
hey, Dom, but I want
Outtakes,
to hear the
you
story
know.
actually.
So I'm gonna tell you. So one of my friends, Mike, right? His dad was the governor of the Northwest region in Cameroon. So we go there for vacay. Nice crib, chefs all over the place. So we chill, we eat, we cook, and then he's like, "Yo, Dom, man, I got these French rappers I want you to listen to." So I'm listening to him, and he used to love him. He used to rap them all the time. So that's how I got introduced to rap, because at the time I used to love like reggae and like traditional music, because my dad used to listen to traditional joints in the car. So that's really how I got introduced to rap. And then when I moved overseas, you know what I'm saying, I got introduced to Ja Rule and these guys, favorite rappers or whatever, whatnot. But I used to want to be a rapper.
I was a 50%. I was not on the. I was on the Ja Rule side, right? But then 50 came hard, and Ja didn't have anything to respond. So what was I supposed to do, man? I was
Join the
young and
bandwagon.
impressionable. That's it.
But yeah, so that's how I fell in love with rap, though, the thing is, like, I always thought rap was about substance, because the first rappers that I heard had substance. That was the intriguing part. It was not about them rapping words, but it was what they were saying. Like I'm like, the way I listen to music, I listen to what you say. I want to hear what you say, not how you say it. See what I'm saying? You can be you can be the best rapper, but if you ain't rapping about nothing.
But I mean, that takes. I think we talked a little bit, earlier. I don't know if it was on tape, but like, what you're willing to sacrifice for this industry, and where you draw the line, and like, do you know where that line is? I mean, in your own sort of business aspirations, like, you're a businessman. Like, ideally, you'd like to have the best business.
Yeah.
But you also have your morality and integrity.
Yep.
And where is that balance? I mean, where do you find the balance?
But that's having the best business. If you have morality and integrity, then you know
Is
there's
that the best business, though?
best business. Righteous business is the best business, because let me tell you something.
When does righteousness make money? Like,
I'll tell you how. There's certain things that you won't do. When you look, Elite Society, you know why? I'm an exclusive artist. I don't do music with everybody. That's one thing.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
In the end, my value will be up. So when I do a song with someone, then it will be important. Like, when you quote unquote prostitute yourself, you devalue yourself. You devalue your music, and you become just vulgar. You become just like Lil Wayne.
I was gonna troll, but
He
thank
may
you for
have
bringing up an
gained-
example.
He
Yeah,
may have gained some popularity, but to me, he's not exclusive anymore. Like, I'm not eager to listen to a Lil Wayne record because he's kind of trash right now, but also because I've heard too many Lil Wayne records and they sound redundant now. But like, I pride myself on being exclusive, just like wine.
Weezy isn't trash, Dom. I strongly disagree. I think he's just a little confused with all these Birdman, Young Thug issues, but he's not trash.
The music
He's
is
just
trash.
got a different way.
Well, we all have different. Again, you think he's not trash. I may think he's trash. I mean, we have different opinions. What he's saying is trash. Again, he's not saying anything to me.
But he's still skilled.
Would you say that you're? What are you influenced by?
Guess.
I mean, I would assume the people who you make the music for. Yourself.
That's one.
I mean,
That could be, but God. That's it. Tell you the truth. I have no
That was an
idols.
unexpected answer.
I have no idols. I don't idolize anybody in rap. I might like your rap, but it doesn't mean that you move the like. When a lot of people ask me, "Who's your favorite rapper?" One, myself.
Yeah.
Who inspire you to rap? Like, who do you listen to when you want to make? No one. I listen to Dom. I'm a little bit of a narcissist, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm the best at what I do.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the and the reason why I'm the best rapper, quote to quote, is not because I can rap better. It's the way I rap. It's what I say and how I say it. Like, you can't fully understand what I say when I rap because I rap in parables a lot, not metaphors, but parables.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're familiar with the Bible, right, it's precept upon precept, right? So in order for you to understand what I say on the first verse, you have to listen to the last verse sometimes.
I've never heard that way of
Hey,
unexplained
hear it
before,
first on VNR.
you know?
Straight up.
How long does it take you to come up with this stuff?
Some records, it takes me 5 minutes. Like those verses for Mr. Policeman, 5 minutes.
Really?
I told you it's divine.
Really?
Man.
Wow.
I don't write usually. If I write, it's because I don't have a studio right next to me. But like, it doesn't take me a long time. When I catch the beat and I like the beat, so Neil didn't teach me that though. You know,
I know nothing about making beats, but I can show somebody how to rap.
you know.
Neil, show me how to rap.
We'll do that during the break. But
Alright.
before we go to that break, I have a very important question I want to ask you. If you listen to the content of your music, Dom, one can find you're very passionate about the economic and political conditions of blacks all over the world, not just in the United States. What do you think that blacks throughout the world can do to kind of rise against their situation and the oppression that they often experience?
Can I backtrack a little bit?
Yeah.
You might need to explain, in your own opinion, like what the situation is.
I don't think it's an economical or political situation with blacks. I think it's a God problem. Like that pastor, you know that pastor. There's a famous pastor on YouTube right now who has I forgot his name, but
T.D. Jakes?
no, not T.G. Jakes. He's a cornball to me, but it's a God problem.
Okay.
It's a lack of self-knowledge problem, and that's what I bring to the table. That's what my raps are about. It's about knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going.
So that's
It's not because you have some blacks that are economically stable, some that are not, just as much as you have the same criteria of economical disparities for different races.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, overall, it's just a lack of self-knowledge. It's a lack of unity. Like, if I don't know who I am, I don't know where I belong. I don't know who's my friend. I don't know who's my enemy. I don't know anything. So it's a lack of self-knowledge, not knowing who you are.
So
If you don't know
not
who you
like our African ancestry, but our biblical ancestry. That's pretty much what you're.
yeah. I mean,
Okay,
what's Africa?
What is Africa?
Yeah,
Cradle of civilization.
that's what they say. But I bet she was Jerusalem.
You think so?
That's Galatians 4:26.
I don't have a eidetic memory when it comes to biblical verses, but I'll take your word for it.
Take my word for it.
Because
Check it.
that's around. Yeah.
Yep. So there's a lot of misconceptions in history, and that's what my raps are about. Educational history, kind of. That's what I do.
And for you, that starts with the Bible.
That's the only thing I read, though. Low key. That's. If you don't know that, you don't know anything.
So God problem. What does the God problem look like? I mean, what? Like,
If you don't know God, you don't know yourself, right? Because
what does it take to know God? For you, like in your music and in your like life, I mean, like this seems to be like something that you embody. Like, I mean, what does it take for somebody who is trying to center themselves?
Let me take a lyrics. What did I say? So look, I'm not gonna take a lyric. Laws. America has laws, right?
Yeah.
What makes you an American citizen?
Birth.
And what?
And I mean, if you go through the naturalization process.
No, you're an American citizen. How do you identify an American citizen from a Chinese citizen? You guys have a different set of laws. That's it. That's the difference between the countries. In America, they have certain laws. In China, they have certain laws. If you don't know the laws of God, you don't know God.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
So how would somebody hoping to follow in your sort of footsteps orient themselves in that way?
I don't orient them. The book does. The laws does.
So it's less of a.
If you want to be like Dom, you have to be like. You have to follow who I follow. I don't do things according to my will. Just like I told you, I write records in 5 minutes. Some of the things I say or I write, I don't know how I say those things, or I don't know how I formulate those things. But it just happens. Like in one of my songs, I said I didn't choose rap. I didn't choose rap. God chose me. I didn't choose to rap. I wanted to be a businessman. My father's a businessman. I just happened to rap. And in one of my songs, I said I'm a life coach. I'm not a rapper because I talk about life.
So, like, part of it is listening to a force outside of yourself, which is easier said than done.
Listening to who?
Listening to a force outside of yourself, which is easier said than done.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
just not following yourself.
Yeah, not following yourself.
Yeah.
Listening to that's greater outside of yourself. And I mean, like, I feel like that's something that just doesn't really exist in proliferation. I mean, if you're gonna have sort of music that's going along that, how intentional are you about communicating that underlying message of the stuff that grounds you?
So look, it's about laws, right? So if there's a law saying don't murder, I won't rap about murdering people.
Really?
Unless I'm using it as an example. I won't glorify murders. Like, the music right now glorifies what? Killings and robbings and everything that shouldn't be glorified.
And drugs.
And
prostitution.
And prostitution.
Don't say it.
Harlotry, if you want. You know what I'm saying? Those different things.
And worshiping idols.
So like I wouldn't rap about something. I wouldn't glorify those in my raps.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rap about them and say these are bad things to do. Do this instead.
The antithesis of a contemporary artist.
Good job, Neil. So what is the Bible telling us to do?
Do the will of God. Amen.
Amen.
That's it.
All right. I'll take that.
I mean, as simple as that.
Yeah.
The Bible is very simple. I mean,
The Bible's very simple. That is where I would disagree, as somebody who spent 3 years studying.
I mean,
it's not as simple as it looks. I think we tend to make it simple.
Rix, for those who don't know, tell our viewers a little bit about your career.
We don't. I mean, like, we'll do that on a web extra. We don't have to do that right now.
No, let's talk about what's been going on.
I am a former pastor.
Let's talk about what's been going on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So you
I have a basic,
That's all you gotta
fundamental
know.
understanding. But
You
I
live
mean,
in that thug life?
That's not the conversation
Are
that
you-
interests me. What interests
You
me
live in
is
that? You live in that thug life?
oh my God, is the thug life? Is
The
the
answer
thug
is
life?
yes.
but I'm
There
gonna
we
tell you
go.
something funny
Yes.
though. You know what? The essence of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Was founded upon like traditions. Like if you
Biblical
listen to
concepts?
if you listen to old
Really?
hip hop, like the Nas, the Rakim, they always talked about God. They always talked about positivity. They always talked about constructive criticism. They always talked about constructive ideals. Right? That's what hip hop is founded upon.
Really?
Like, yeah, hip hop is positive. Now, the prostitution of hip hop, due to, I don't want to call it monetary, because a lot of people have this misconception that the reason why hip hop is the way this is because they want more money. They used to make a lot of money selling good hip hop. It's just the fact that they don't want to put effort and spend money, and they just don't want good music to be out. Simple as that. Some people might say it's an agenda, but I blame the label as much as I blame the artist, because I write the music.
You have the ultimate say. As
You
to
see what I'm saying?
What,
But a lot of people depend on the label for the money, so they'll do what the label wants.
Don't say this, don't say that.
And they'll do
Put
that.
that in, put
That's
that
why
out.
Elite Society started. Like, I never wanted to be commanded by someone to make music that I don't want to make.
yeah.
Interesting story about that. Kanye West, I'll never forget this interview. He, Vic, you probably saw this. He had a BBC interview, and the most successful track off of College Dropout. One of the most successful tracks was
Gee.
Gold Digger.
Even Jesus Walk. Look at that.
And he did not want to put that track out. He just made it as a joke, but the label, the powers that be, were very pushy for him to release that track. Kanye didn't like Gold Digger.
Yeah, a lot of people like it, though.
Exactly. Yeah. So why is he putting out stuff that he doesn't like? You see what I'm saying? And what Dom is doing.
Well, it's like what Billy was saying yesterday. You got to sacrifice in order to move ahead in various different aspects of the industry.
No, not all. Like Nas.
Not all the time, but there will be moments. There will be moments where you have to decide if you want to go one route or another.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's why I've liked listening to your music, is because it is non-conventional. It's something that you don't hear on the radio, and I mean, as something that's free to listen to, really, in so many different locations. All you have to do is, Google Elite Society, and your music pops up, and you can. Sorry, I swore. And you can listen to it, and you can actually engage with the lyrics right there. It's free access, and it's countercultural, and that's
it, and that's the aim.
But I think the difference is that it's not necessarily profitable, and I think that is the thing that differentiates. I mean, I think it can be profitable, but I don't think that is the primary motivation that you operate by.
True,
which is the key difference.
That's one thing. You're right. Profit is not on my goal list, because that's inevitable.
Well said, Mr. Narcissist.
You see what I'm saying? That's inevitable.
No, I got you.
When you put your mind onto something, you're gonna profit off it.
Yeah.
All right. If I make a record for $10, if I spend $10 to make a record and I sell it for $20, even if I sell one, I profit already.
Yep. You
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to do it my way. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I have to do it my way. And this is a music business. There's a lot of ways I can get checks. Again, I said I'm a writer. I can get publishing from that. I am a producer. I can produce tracks while I wait for mine to blow, right? But essentially, I can tour. I can sell. My music could be free. It sounds good, and then people could call me for shows. You see what I'm saying? But I'd rather be on my time. I've been writing music for 10 years.
Okay, yeah.
I've been in the studio for the past five years. I have 10 albums. Never dropped one.
10 albums already. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I have about 150 to 200 songs. I just wait. I can sit on it. To me, that's it's like wealth, right?
Yeah.
My kids will be able to eat from this. It's like land to me. Music is like land. So I have my catalog. When I die, even if I don't make money off this, I know my kids will.
That's some long-term planning.
Yeah, because it's good music.
It's also very important.
That's the thing, long-term plan. I always think 10 years ahead. What do I want in 10 years? Where would I want to be in 10 years? I don't think tomorrow. I think 10 years ahead, and then I make plans for tomorrow. But I think 10 years ahead. My music is timeless. So if it comes out today, if Mr. Policeman came out today, or it comes out in 10 years, I'm sure people will still relate, because the police won't stop doing what the fuck they're doing. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? The police won't change. The forces that be won't change. People are still going to relate to the music. That's why the message is important.
So Cameroon Funk, right? Those same 25-year-old girls who were shaking it in Cameroon to your song, you think they'll still be twerking?
My mother
10 years later?
My mother was twerking to that.
What?
That's the reason why I made it the first single. Because the night, remember I told you about, I'll tell you, not twerking, but
Yeah, no.
But remember,
No, she definitely wasn't twerking.
Remember I told you that the guy came, my friend, the artist, who gave me Mr. Play, he came over. We played that record because I was in that particular car because the bass of the car is super duper, right?
Yeah.
So I played Cameroon Funk. My mother was like, this is the single. She's the reason why I actually dropped that record.
Really?
Yeah. She was like, this is it right here.
That's incredible.
You know what I'm saying? This is it. That's why I made it the first single.
Yeah.
So and I know my mother's about 60. If I know a 60-year-old love this, then a 25-year-old would like this. And in years to come, see, the way I do surveys when I do music. I'm very technical. I'm peculiar. Like if I have a song, I do a survey. I say how many oldies like this, because I take the old formula. It's like, this is the way I look at it. You have a child, right? Supposedly, and I have a song.
Yeah.
You like my song. What would you do? You buy my record, right? And then you play it on your radio, right? What would happen? Who's in your car? Your son, right?
Yep.
He'll listen to what daddy listens to. And then he's going to say, oh, my dad used to listen to this guy.
That's why I'm still a Steely Dan fan.
You see what I'm saying? That's the way music used to be sold.
Yeah.
Music used to be targeted to adults. And then the kids would get that from their father.
That's through. Yeah.
Now they target music to kids. That's why you have a grown-ass guy like 2 Chainz
That
who's
is
40 years
I've
old.
never thought about that before.
2 Chainz is 40 years old making music to kids, for kids. Talking about murdering and killing. Like, they always say music is just entertainment, right?
Yeah.
If you old enough, you're able to discern what they're talking. You have that wisdom to discern things, right? So like, if I'm 25 and I know a little bit, right, and I listen to Lil Wayne talking about I'm sipping scissor, I'm doing this cool stuff. I mean, I know what it is, right? I won't take it verbatim and go do it unless I'm stupid. But when you tell that to a child, what does that do?
Negatively influences their behavior.
And he wants to be cool. Remember the fact,
doesn't
the
want to be
cool
cool.
factor.
Yeah.
If Lil Wayne is cool
Yeah.
doing that, then I want to be cool. Then I got to do that.
Man.
That's
I'm
the way
glad,
I think
I'm glad
about
I didn't
music.
have Lil Wayne as my role model
You know
growing
what I'm
up,
saying?
man.
And that's the problem. A lot of
Instead I had these guys.
now the idols, the role model
Yeah.
in the world
Yeah.
are musicians, hip hop musicians, and they talk about getting money. They talk about getting money.
Because
Fucking
that's what
hoes.
everyone's talking about. It doesn't matter in
And
the
drugs.
music industry. It's anyway. It's everywhere.
See what
it's
I'm saying?
ubiquitous.
So instead of talking about
Nice word.
Thank you.
instead of talking about love each other, do not steal, help your brother.
Because that doesn't make you money.
It does make you money. It's about the packaging. You package it well, and then you sell it.
See, that is the entrepreneurial attitude.
See,
Bob
they-
Marley
That
made
I-
money
that I
talking
think-
about
mean,
love.
Really,
Yeah.
if more people had that attitude.
That's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of people say it doesn't make you money, but it does make you money. The labels made a lot of shit tons of money putting people like Tupac. A lot more when he died.
Yeah. And I think that's, I mean, like, I honestly think that's a very important message to hear because, like, people are told it doesn't make money.
Yeah.
I'm told that it doesn't make money. I see.
That's
That's what they show on the media. That's what they show on news. That's what they show, that's what I hear in conversations with friends. It's
Yeah.
like,
And like the more the music was devalued, the more the record sales went down. I wouldn't go buy a record if there's only one song that's good and 10 songs that's bad. Back then, Michael Jackson used to put a record with 5,
Yeah.
7 songs. All that shit was popping.
vinyl's making a comeback.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
Records?
aware.
Yes,
Yeah.
vinyl is making a comeback.
It's making a comeback.
That'd be interesting.
It's just that the record labels back then, the record label used to babysit you. Like what they used to do is they used to take you in, they used to develop you, artist development. Now they're going by trends. Whatever is trendy, we go with that. We follow the trends. But back then they used to take you in and say, we're gonna invest money in this guy. We're gonna develop him. We're gonna give him the best producers. We're gonna set him out. We're gonna build his grassroots following, so we can eat in the long run. Now it's just about a quick check. It's just about
That's why Taylor Swift doesn't do country anymore.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now she does pop, quick check.
Yeah.
But luckily for her, she was prepared. She was a good writer.
Yeah.
She was a good songwriter. She played the guitar, so she was already trained in some sort of way. It was just that, she had good songs. So developing her didn't take. They actually developed her. They was like, we're gonna stick with you.
Really? So you would say that's more of a case of development?
Yeah,
than
like
this,
they took her, they
subversion.
signed her, they signed her, and they said, we're gonna invest money in you all, right then and there. We're gonna make sure you're good.
Do you think
'Cause
someone
in
like
the long
that
run-
gave up a bit of their soul?
I mean, when you sign a deal, you give up a little something. There's stipulations to those deals.
That's why you'll never sign a deal.
Unless it's Lit Society. And you know
Amen to
signing
that. Well,
you know.
So then you just said you'll only sign the deal if it pertains to Elite Society. Where do you what does the future hold for you, Dom, and Elite Society? What upcoming projects do you have for us to look out for? I mean, you say you're always thinking 10 years ahead, so.
Yeah,
All right.
give us a glimpse into the future.
So we came out with a mixtape 3 years ago, which was like what do you call that? When you have your first show, your episode, what do you call it? Pilot. We came out with a pilot. The pilot was successful. We did a mixtape release party. You were there.
I was there.
And we had about 300 people show up, just off our strength. No promotion, no nothing. Just because they know it was Elite Society doing it.
Wow.
So that was a pilot. The pilot of the mixtape was called The Essence of Hip Hop. Now, 3 years later, we're coming out with an EP, which is set to drop probably next year, called It's About Time. It's about time to put real music out. It's about time to have a message in music, substance. We got a 7-track EP. First single is Mr. Policeman. The second single will be called The Life of a Good Man. And the third single will be called These Days. We already have an album that's going to come after that. It's called Gun, Globally Unified Nations. So everything is set. And then after that, we have albums after albums after. So everything's set already. I set my career for like the long run. I don't have to record a day in my life.
Well, guys, you know what that means. You should get on Twitter and follow. Are you guys on Twitter?
Twitter, Elite Society. We looking to work. We looking to work that out though. We talked.
I see the Elite Society Twitter page coming out real strong. Hey, we on Twitter. What's up? Let's do this.
I mean,
follow them right.
Follow
them right away. But they got some work to do.
Even
Numbers
if their
haven't changed since
website
that
and
thing
Twitter
came
page
out.
aren't up to par yet, I'm sure that'll emerge. You know,
So the website is gonna be out.
We're not airing this for a while. So,
So the website is gonna be out pretty soon. The Elite Society page is already up. You might you're gonna start getting a lot of commotion, I guess. When we hire someone to do things. Because I'm personally not a social media guy. I was told by a wise lady who we're hiring, shout out to Swank Publishing, that Instagram is vital for an artist, especially that we are handsome men. We should get some Instagram. But I like to keep my life private, personal life personal. I like to sell music, but I don't want to sell myself. Which is again what a lot of artists are doing. Like sometimes you know the artist before the music, or you know the artist for the bullshit they're doing instead of the music.
Yeah,
I know all of Little B's beefs, his curses, his problems. I don't know any of his songs.
Perfect example.
He's got beef with Kevin Durant. He's got something with James Harden. He's got beef with LeBron. I could point Little B out if I saw him in the mall. But I couldn't tell you one of his tracks.
I'm saying, so right now, like, the way the industry set up is to have a bunch of brand ambassadors, a bunch of popular people that can represent you and that can sell things for you. But I don't want to sell things for people. I want to sell music. That's most important. The best of them sell music only. The greatest of all time only sell music. I don't have to be here for my music to sell.
It's a bold claim.
It's not a claim, it's a fact.
That's solid.
Oh, you've sold me.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Dom, man, we appreciate you being here with us today, man. This was a very insightful and entertaining interview that we've done, man. It's a pleasure having you.
I could do this again all the time.
Okay.
Free of charge.
Definitely.
I just like some Clico or some vintage wine next time.
Okay. We'll look out for that. And
we're looking forward to having you back again soon.
All right.
And excited for what the future holds for Elite Society.
Thank you for having me, guys. And better check out Straight Up, his next show to come up, man.
And make sure our viewers, you listen to Mr. Policeman by Dominick Ngantou of Elite Society. You can find that on SoundCloud. The track is hot. The beat is dope.
It's true. White people, you will love it. Trust me.
Hear from the guy.
You don't get any whiter than me, so.
Check us out on Twitter, Elite Society on Twitter, Elite Society Music on Facebook. What else? Instagram's coming soon, probably Elite Society. We don't know. Pay Young Don D. Is that it for Dale? Mr. Ngantou on Twitter for me. Catch me in the streets though.